The HP Outdoors Waterfowl podcast is fueled by Eukanuba. If you want to get the most of your dog in your training sessions, you need nutrition that holds nothing back. Eukanuba's new premium performance lineup is built with the nutrients dogs need to help unleash their max potential. That starts with providing energy that matches their efforts, supporting optimal nutrient delivery, and supporting post-exercise recovery. Check out the new Eukanuba Premium Performance lineup and find your dog's fuel at eukanubasportingdogs.com. You are listening to the HP Outdoors Waterfowl Podcast. The HP Outdoors Waterfowl Podcast is powered by Cornerstone Gun Dog Academy. CGA is the world's most comprehensive online gun dog training resource. They've got over 160 instructional videos that includes everything you need to take your 7-week-old puppy to a finished gun dog. Visit cornerstonegundogacademy.com to sign up for the free preview module and begin your training journey today. Cornerstone Gun Dog Academy, the most advanced gun dog training resource on the web. Soundgear is offering a 35% discount to the HP Outdoors listeners for their instant fit industrial and shooter products. You can head over to soundgearhearing.com and use the promo code HPOWP35 to claim your discount today. Lifetime Decoy's new Flex Float Mallard decoys set the new standard for quality and durability in waterfowl decoys. An EVA foam, open bottom construction combined with patent-pended dual flow swim keel system allows for more movement and less wind, the ability to sit flat on ice and dirt, and virtually indestructible design which can be shot or otherwise punctured and still float. Each decoy weighs only 11 ounces with the self-righting keel weights removed or 19 ounces with the weights installed. Check them out today at lifetimedecoys.com. Lucky Duck, about the only creature they can't deceive is you. Lucky Duck is more than a brand, it's a lifestyle built around the subtle art of critter deception. So while you're focused on the business end of your shotgun or rifle, know that they're completely focused on what matters most, you. So whether you're in a duck blind, dove field, on a predator stand, or chasing turkeys, they're confident that their products will help you succeed. Check out their full lineup at luckyduck.com and keep up with their latest news by following them on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. All right, welcome to episode number 204 of the HP Outdoors Waterfowl Podcast. I'm your host, Josh Palm, and we are your on-demand audio source for all things waterfowl and waterfowl hunting. You can check us out at hpoutdoors.com. You can find us across all social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. And you can find our show anywhere that you can find quality podcast content, iTunes, Spotify, wherever you find quality podcasts is where you'll find our stuff. Joining me this week, as he always does, my co-host, Dan Harushka. Dan, what's up, man?
Not too much, brother. It's been a minute, but Christmas is come and gone, and my brother gave me his old Xbox One and keeps begging me to buy a headset to play online with them and stuff. And he's telling me about all these nights that you and him enjoy online together, playing whatever you play. And I felt kind of left out there, Josh.
We haven't played in a little while, but back when we were getting a lot of Fortnite reps, we'd get online and play. That was fun. So get a headset and we can go murk some cats on Call of Duty or something.
I think that's the next purchase for sure. So
not sure your internet connection can sustain.
The internet definitely will not. But yeah, like you said, the Doge father, Elon Musk, I should be getting Starlink here. It was supposed to be in the fall. Latest news is February of 22. So hopefully that comes through. Maybe we can start doing a live shows or something, Instagram, something. But I need that internet.
Yeah, I mean, your internet has been a limiting factor for us on a couple things, but that'll be good if you can get the high speed deal going. That'd be nice. But this is the first time we've recorded in a while. Obviously, with the conclusion of our Foundations Waterfowl hunting course wrapping up, that was that was something that we had been talking about doing for a long time, and we had a couple different sort of visions for what that might look like, and because of COVID and some other things, we just weren't able to really, do fully what we wanted to do with that. So we decided to go that route and get it out. And I'm glad we did that as a free resource to, all people getting started out there. And we've got a lot of great feedback on it. I know that you've had some DMs directly that, we're speaking to it and all that kind of stuff. So I appreciate everybody that's, the more veteran hunter or, kind of more tuned in historically for the banter and that kind of stuff. Appreciate everybody kind of hanging with us as we got through that. It was a lot of work to research that and to prep it and to record it and edit all that and get it out there. But we wanted to put a resource and a tool out there for those that are kind of really new to the game or maybe just thinking about getting into the game, because after all, that is sort of where we founded this show and kind of how it got started. So, but now that is in the rear view, and we'll be back to, the type of episodes that most people are probably used to hearing and expecting. So we'll have some great guests coming up again, and getting back into that. So, but I'm glad we were able to get through that and get that out there. It was a pretty big success for a lot of folks. So I think that was
definitely got a lot of messages saying they just appreciate it, but we also get all the Facebook messages saying, when's the next show? It's going to be longer than 15 minutes or whatever it is. So the good and the bad, but we're back. We'll have them out. We'll have people on. We'll be doing all the fun stuff. But yeah, man, it's been, I'll tell you what, we'll just talk about the season a little bit and how it's going and just the weird weather. We've had some really, really good shoots, and it's kind of hurts my heart a little bit to report that, I took Kimber out and shot a couple ducks, and like, she just didn't want to even get in the water, like to retrieve them. And it's like, man, the old, just remembering like her first retrieves in the cornfield on geese and just being, putting afterburners on and getting after it. And now it's like, come on. And I walk out with her, and I don't know, man. She's like, I know she can't see that well, but she can't hear that well either. So when I took her out, it was warm. There were a lot of lily pads. Dropped a wood duck, and she went in after it. We went and got it, and then we're coming back out, and she got like halfway, and then she just made a U-turn and started going out. And I almost got to the point where it was up over my waders, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like, get back. She couldn't hear me because she's chugging along and she can't hear anyways. And I was like, you're gonna die. Like, and I didn't have a canoe or anything to like go out. And I think once she, I don't know if once she hit open water she would have turned back, but I mean, she can't see that well. So
yeah, I mean, if you gotta be careful if they start acting like that, especially if you're not running any kind of e-collar or anything like that. I mean, you're just sort of out of luck, right? I mean, you're not much you can do in that situation. So
I guess it's good. That's why I took her in like warmer too. Like, that's why if I had to swim, I guess if I had to go out, I would. But I mean, it breaks my heart to see her do that. Like we were almost back to where I think she was touching ground, and then she just made a Yui on me, and I'm trying to carry my, the duck and stuff back. I have my gun with me, and she just starts going back out. I'm like, oh boy, not good.
How old is Beretta? Or Beretta? I'm thinking about, you said gun, and I was thinking, I got a new gun here recently, and it's Beretta. How old's Kimber?
She'll be 13 in May, which is long, it's getting up there.
Getting about that time.
But the thing is, like, I just had her checked up, and she's healthy heart, healthy lungs, everything is good on her, except she can't hear, she can't see. Like, she comes up to our bed now in the middle of the night, and she barks at our bed, like, to get up. I'm like, come on up, and she'll come up. Well, now, like, I'll be downstairs watching TV, and Erin will be away, like she'll be at work or whatever, and I just hear her barking, and she just barks at the bed and waits for us to say okay that she can go up. So, and it's like middle of the day, and she's barking at my freaking bed. I'm like, what are you doing? So I walk up. I'm like, go ahead, like, if you want to lay in the bed. And then she'll jump up. I'm like, Oh my goodness, man!
Is there
Like, come on.
is there a cornerstone module that can teach you how to work through
I
that
don't
issue?
know. I'm gonna give Barton a call. Why are they? She's barking at my bed. It's annoying, but
So I want to get an update from you too. For a while there, you were pretty hot and heavy on the outdoor cooking, on the Blackstone or whatever it's called. You were you were blowing up Instagram, and I mean it's been a little while, but that was a big thing. Are you still getting any use out of that, or have you put that up?
I kind of put it away for the winter. I need to. I just haven't wanted to carry the top into the garage and get everything set up. I need to. I need to. I told you my New Year's resolution is to declutter. Right, like I need to. I need to clean house. I need to sell a bunch of stuff. I've been in a mindset where I just needed to add on so I could accumulate more stuff, and it's just not working out well. So I need to get rid of stuff, make a cooking area out there for the Camp Chef and the Blackstone. The Blackstone's awesome though. I'll tell you
I
that.
mean, you were
But I
hot and
mean, the
heavy on
game,
it for.
the game cooking though was not on that. That was on just a pan. But
Oh yeah, I mean I'm tracking all your cast iron delicacies that you rave about.
yeah, they're so good.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
anyway,
Well,
so today's the 27th. I had to take my glasses off. Tomorrow's the 28th, and our duck season comes back in until January 8th. So I have got a few invites to go up to Lake Erie and do some layout hunting. But I just haven't had pretty much all the reports from up there that all the blinds have got
yeah, they
blown
all got
out on,
pummeled. Yeah.
yeah, that one bad storm.
Mm-hmm.
So not sure. Not sure what I'm gonna do here, where I'm gonna go. And then I've been chasing Brandon hard, so I don't know if I need to get back in a tree stand and try and
Yeah, I mean you put more
finish
time
that
in
stuff.
you put more time in the tree this year than you've historically done. I mean, well, you got a nice new fancy bow, so that probably helps.
Yeah, that was exciting. And you know, I it's kind of like when I go out west, like I feel like the whole archery season, you get one shot at a buck, right? One shot at a decent buck, one opportunity, and same thing when you go out west, one opportunity to elk. Usually one maybe two shots, and I hit a limb, got that buck back on camera, so I'm gonna try and catch up to him. Got a few days. I think we have till January 17th on that.
Yeah, I think that sounds right. I was just looking at those dates earlier today, as a matter of fact. But so your duck season though up there where you're at in Pennsylvania, that part of the state, is kind of weird. Where comparative to the rest of the state, your season is more kind of what I would say front loaded, right? Like you have more time in
Yeah.
October, and then you get very little time sort of this time of year. Um, it comes back in tomorrow, but it's only in for a little bit, right?
Yeah, we're out.
In ducks specifically.
Yeah. So our zone is out January 8th, but Lake Erie as well is out January 8th. And then the South zone goes from November 23rd through January 22nd. So that's a little nicer in the South. But I mean, usually we're, you know, New Year's Day is the last one, maybe January 2nd, January 3rd. So they did move that, the symposiums. A lot of people have been complaining and trying to move it back further. And honestly, like the last few years, the weather, it's just been warm. Like we haven't had a lot of cold fronts and a lot of pushes. And I know, we hunted a couple days this year, and I would tell you that some of the migration days that we saw when we were out in the field, they looked like slow days in Kansas, but for here, that's a lot of birds,
Yeah.
right? I mean, you just got a ton of we saw a ton of birds this year, but
Hmm.
and we still got
Are you seeing any?
a lot of goose season left.
Yeah, are you seeing any divers show up on the lake?
Yeah, funny like I
You gonna be
haven't
able to
been
give
able to
that a
find
go
one.
or no?
Um, Actually, I drove over there the other day, and there are a lot of puddle ducks in some spots that we get to. So I'd like
Sounds
to. I'd like to go
sounds like a
shoot
good
some
problem.
mallards and cook them up.
Well, better than no mallards.
Did I tell you the story about Dawson's first band?
Um, I don't remember.
So we were hunting. This is the first year in a long time that I got my Ohio license, and we were hunting over there, and there we there's a wounded bird. So I go and I'm climbing over barbed wire fences, all kinds of crap, and there's like trees intertangled with it. I get stuck on it a little bit. So I was like, you know what? I'll go around when we're done and look for this bird because it floated a few hundred yards. As I'm walking back to the blind, mind you, I'm like 150 yards away. This bird, it's not the same one, I don't think, starts following me. Like it's low and coming by itself. And it's like straight from where I just came from. It's just, it's just like low flying in. And it sees me and it swings out and goes right in front of our blind. Well, then I think there are 8 other guys with us. Pow, right? He's down. Well, it was actually like pow, 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 pow. So no one knew who shot the bird, and we ended up pulling shells for it. So black straw's in there, and I was like, I know I didn't shoot, so but their rule is if you cannot confirm that you killed it, everyone gets a chance at it, right? So I was like, I'll pick last. If no one picks the red shell out of the dive bomb case, then I'll take it, right? Well, the last one left was the red shell. And that's how I got it. So I put Dawson's name on a certificate. He has it hanging up in his room. So pretty cool.
That's cool. Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah.
I
beat
feel
down some birds this year.
yeah, I feel like I've seen, I don't know, no data to support this, right? But I just casually feel like I've seen more bands on social media this year than I recall in seasons past for whatever reason. Um, I don't know anecdotally why I feel that way. I just do. I feel like there's a lot of bands, seeing a lot of birds being killed with like GPS trackers and things on them, which is cool. Delta is doing some stuff. I'm sure D is also doing some things where you're getting some cool flight data on these birds, and you've seen them, periodically get shot. But pretty interesting to see kind of some of that stuff.
Yeah, and then for another first, I got Boo out for her first duck retrieve. That's the first. That's the first gadwall that I've shot since we had that gadwall beat down, and that was like 11 years ago. That was the infamous double day.
Double. Yeah.
But yeah, so I had a couple of them working and doop, just going around and shot one. Dude, she was, first of all, she's kind of like just a shy dog. And like going into, I had the solo blind up and she wouldn't come into blind with me. So like working that in the dark was the first time, and that's my fault for not having it set up and working with her. But it's also not my dog. But I shot that duck and we both walked out, lined her right up. Man, she just fired in there, got the duck, brought it back, handed it off. It was nice. And then I made her do some photo ops.
Now, how much, so she's your, Aaron's stepdad's dog there, right? Like what, what level of training has he put her through?
He's done most of the Cornerstone.
Oh, has he?
So, I mean, she's
now, is he doing like maintenance training, or is it just like they're out in the yard playing around, or like he doesn't hunt her at all, does he?
He pheasant hunts with her.
Oh, okay.
So he doesn't go out duck hunting, which she caught a pheasant the other day. not saying much because it's stocked birds here, but
Stock ones, yeah.
yeah. But no, it's
I got to be honest with you. I mean, just hearing the pheasant, mentioning pheasants, like this for me growing up was the best time of the year as a kid in the outdoors. Like, I mean, I loved archery season growing up. I didn't really, like I said, we've talked about this, but I didn't start waterfowl hunting until later in life. But as a kid, we were out of school right now, right? So we had a period of time where we were off. Like college bowl games going on, all that kind of stuff. But like you just came off a rifle season, which in Pennsylvania is a huge deal. And then you'd have Christmas. And then right after that, we'd start hunting muzzleloader, late season black powder. So we'd be just out there pushing, blocks and shooting a deer and missing and all that kind of stuff, just having a great time doing that literally all day, every day. And then we'd also go out there and hunt pheasants, on game lands and stuff where they were stocking them and had some good shoots there. But man, just such a great time to do that kind of stuff where you didn't have school. You just had, you could just, and, I kick myself now because I go back and I'm like, man, look at all these holes we could have duck hunted. Like, that wasn't even on my radar. I was just so worried about killing deer, wasn't even on my radar at that time. But yeah, I remember those days.
I remember killing so many rabbits, like just go out small game hunting.
Yeah.
And they would be in my truck and I'd like have them on the passenger seat or whatever, like just throw them on the floor, and then you just see all the fleas jumping off them. I'm like, oh my gosh, like they're nasty little things. But
yeah,
those were great times.
Yeah, I tell you, we were talking about this before we got on, but obviously Christmas just came and went, and this is the first year that I can remember that I didn't get any hunting related presents or gifts for myself, or from any of my family members or anything. I'm trying to figure out why that is. I think primarily because
you have everything.
Well, yeah, that's kind of part of it. But I mean, I can always think of something. But it's just, it's one of the. I'm kind of at that point where I just have so much other things going on in life that like I get drug into these other things. Like right now, a big thing is saltwater fishing because my kids playing baseball tournaments. We're going to South Carolina, North Carolina, the beach a lot and stuff like that. And my kid likes to fish, so we started doing saltwater fishing, and he caught a shark the first time we went, like a little baby mini shark, kind of 18-inch guy, and that was like freaking Super Bowl, right? Super happy, excited.
Baby shark.
Yeah, exactly. So now we're big into that, so we're getting fishing poles and we're getting all the saltwater gear and all that stuff. But it was just weird for me. It was the first year that my wife didn't have to struggle to try to like find some outdoor thing that I wanted. That I gave her a website and she had no idea what she was ordering and all that kind of stuff. But I think you said the same for you, right? No outdoor gear for Christmas this year.
No, I was thinking, and now we're really getting into skiing. The kids do the skiing, and it's just funny how like when did we started this over 10 years ago. Well, I mean, HP over 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And when that started, I didn't have any kids. And then he would have been 9. Or he would have been.
He was born in 2011.
Yeah. So just happening, and to see how much has changed and what we spend our time doing. I mean, I guess that's the way life goes, but yeah,
I used to be up there. I used to come up there and hunt like, probably twice a month, at least in the fall, drive home late, all that kind of stuff. I didn't have to worry about much. So yeah, different times for sure.
Let me freeze and because I had holes in my waders and
well, and the thing is too, like I didn't get any, hunting related presents this year for Christmas, but I did get a new shotgun. That's what was on my mind earlier when I said that, Brett. I got a new A400 Extreme Plus, I guess is what they are, right? The Beretta. So got that in the Optifade timber pattern. Pretty excited and fired up for that. Been shooting the A300 since the year I bought one of those the first year they came out back in maybe 2012, 2013, something like that, when those came out for the first time. So I've been shooting that gun ever since. So I'm excited to have one of those of my own now, and plan on taking that certainly out to Kansas this in February when we go out there and run the extension on it and see what we get into.
Smash some snows. I'm excited for that, but I think T's probably getting pretty close to like a A320 gauge. Everything I've heard about those are just rock solid guns.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, him and I have he's just we're just in a tough spot, right? Like where I live right now is not a big hunting area, particularly in waterfowl. He doesn't really have any friends of his age that hunt, so it's kind of an uphill battle to get him to do that kind of stuff right now. He's just into other things that, which is fine. I don't want to force him, but I'd certainly like to see him be more interested in hunting. I think he's into shooting bows and stuff. He likes doing that, but I think he's still a little timid on gunfire right now. He's just not had a lot of exposure to it.
Yeah.
So maybe in time, he'll come around on that as he gets a little older. But I'm still buying guns for him just in case he feels like coming around.
We need to do a father-son trip, even if he isn't pulling the trigger. He go somewhere.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I mean, in the times right now when it would be a good opportunity to get him out, like in early season and stuff, we're just so busy with baseball that he doesn't really have any free weekends to do any of that stuff. So, he doesn't want to go out there and freeze his butt off. So,
yeah,
but I'm excited. I don't know if he sent it to you, but Van de Kamp sent me a video the other day of him and Sam at the range. Yeah. And he said the video he sent me, he missed the clay, and I was like, he better get his S together before he gets out to Kansas.
Yeah. What would he say? He goes, "Did you hit it?" "No, I didn't hit it."
Yeah. Yeah. But I'm looking forward to that. That'll be good, and maybe I'll be able to send my kids some videos of Samuel out there doing it up, and maybe that'll help motivate him up a little bit. We'll see. But
so we are looking for extensions for the Beretta A400. So if anyone shoots a Beretta A400 and has an extension and it has good reviews and ratings for one, let us know. What do you remember what the one is that we were looking at?
I could try to find it real quick. I don't remember offhand.
Or if there's any that we should stay away from. It doesn't seem like there's a whole ton of options on it, but definitely.
Yeah, actually, I was surprised. I sort of anticipated. I thought there would be more for some reason. I mean, I don't know why. Briley, is that how you say that?
Yeah, I think so.
Something like that.
I believe.
Yeah, I don't know.
Briley Shotgun Magazine.
Yeah. Oh. I haven't looked too hard at it yet, honestly. Probably should, since we're getting ready to do that here before too long.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah. The funny thing about that is, with the time when we agreed to that hunt, I didn't know that I would be, but I'm going to be coaching high school baseball this spring. And our tryouts are the first 3 days of that week in February. So I'll miss the first 3 days of practice because I'll be out hunting snow geese in Kansas. But
just let them know what it's about, man.
Well, I mean, you got to make time, right? I mean, that's something that I've really struggled with a little bit here as of late, as my kids have gotten older, just finding balance and being able to, between work and their activities, that I still get, find time to do things that I want to do and that I'm passionate about. And I mean, granted, being with my son and his baseball stuff is also something that I take a lot of, have a lot of fun doing and enjoy seeing him play. But, I just we've talked, and, just for me personally, like I need that time outside in the outdoors and connecting in that way. And I had to chuckle when you when we were talking about that the one night, and you were like, "Yeah, you weren't born to be a gatherer."
That was a good one.
I now drop that on my wife every time when I'm like talking about how I need to go hunt and how I need to get out. I was like, wasn't born to be a gatherer. So yeah, I thought that was pretty funny.
That was a good one.
But yeah,
It's not in the DNA, man. Not what you're meant to do.
yeah, and it's the weird thing is like it's what I've come to notice is that people that don't spend time in the outdoors and don't hunt, and I don't know if there's other things in life that are like this, but hunting is the one that I specifically connect to, that I've noticed it, is that like it's something that like that people, when they don't do it, they cannot understand why you would do that, or they don't understand like why you're so obsessive about it, or why you feel the need to do it, right? Like think of anybody else's hobby, like, oh, you like to play golf, like, okay, I get it, you enjoy being outside, you like the exercise, whatever. People like, oh, they're always, why do you want to go out there and freeze or whatever, right? I mean, they don't get that same connection that those of us that do it feel, right? And it's just one of those things where I've really struggled. Particularly, my wife didn't grow up in a hunting family. She doesn't hunt. Like, she's certainly supportive of me doing it, but it's not like she cares, right? She's not like into it like I am. And she just doesn't get it when I'm like, I need to hunt. She's like, I hear. She's like, you always say that. I'm like, she just doesn't get it, right? You know what I mean? It's just weird. It's this thing, something that I really had a hard time kind of dealing with.
Good thing I'm glad that you brought that up, because like when they get obsessed with like golfing and stuff, like I don't even know if I enjoy it. I will go and play golf, but I just would rather spend my time doing something else, like hunting. And I'm like, how can you just go to the golf course all the time and do that? But then I like to hunt, and I sit in a tree stand by myself a lot, and I sit on the edge of water trying to shoot ducks by myself a lot. So
yeah, well, I mean, I have I don't know what kind of personality you want to call it, but like I'm the type of person where if I do something, I do it 100%. Like, so if I'm a hunter, like it's all I think about. It's all I'm like, if you look at my phone in the evening, I'm reading about it. Like I'm looking at gear. I'm doing things related to that. And so I get why people get that way about golf or fishing or, whatever it is. Right. I mean, like, I understand people like immersing themselves into their outlet, whatever that is. I mean, I might not get why you love like cars. Like that's a big one, right? Like people get into cars and working on cars, rebuilding cars and things like that. Like I don't get that. Like I don't have the connection to vehicles like that. I'm not like a mechanic, but I'm not like an idiot, right? I'm like kind of somewhere in the middle. But I don't like enjoy working on my car. Like it's a pain in the ass of anything else, right? More than anything for me. But people love that, right? Like there are people out there that like that's all they want to do. And I mean, like I don't get it for me personally, but I understand immersing yourself into something that's like an outlet for you.
Yeah.
And so I mean, I make the connection there where I feel like maybe it's more common for females or whatever, but they just like my wife doesn't really seem to have a hobby, I would call it, that she connects with like that deeply. I mean, her hobby really is like being a mom. Like that's kind of all encompassing for her. But anyway, it's just one of those things that I've kind of dealt with, just trying to find like my life as busy as it ever has been, and trying to find time to get out and do those things is becoming more harder. And it's kind of funny because like I mentioned, I'm coaching baseball in high school this year. And it's like, that's just one more thing that cuts into my time to do those, like to get outside and do that kind of stuff. But it's almost like, it's like the thing of opportunity, right? Like there's baseball fields all over the place. Like it's easier for me to do. So that's just what I find myself doing more of because I don't hate it. Right. So it's like, it's become the outlet because it's like the path of least resistance where I enjoy it, but it frustrates me because it's like pulls me further away from getting out into the outdoors and doing those sort of things. Like I would much rather hunt turkeys than coach baseball in the spring, but I probably won't hunt many turkeys this spring. I'll probably be coaching baseball every single day. So a little bit of a conundrum there, Guy.
Yeah, that was a little small little rabbit hole. What else is going on? We'll get back to our regular scheduled programming after we got all this the foundations course done, and
yeah, we got several guests lined up. Lots of folks that are well known to the show or looking to come back on. So we'll be doing some of that stuff here. Certainly, we'll be bringing stuff from our time when we get out to Kansas, doing that. I don't think we've ever been out there for snows, have we? This is the latest that I don't think I've. Yeah, this will definitely be the latest that we've hunted out there, for sure. So is it just snows? Is there any dark geese?
No. Okay. I'm trying to think when we did or what dates we went to Arkansas for the snow hunt.
I don't remember.
That might have been in March. Into March.
Yeah.
But I'm excited. And we filled up the lodge with 18 guys from the HP group. So
yeah.
That's gonna be something.
Yeah, those are always fun. I mean, just going into there will be a handful of familiar faces. But most of the time we do these, it's people that we've never met before other than just on the internet or whatever. And, it's always just a good time. Just feels like camp, like,
yep.
It always seems to work out good. So looking forward to another great trip out there and hopefully, flights aren't getting canceled and all that kind of crap, craziness that's been going on with that. So hopefully everything goes off smoothly.
Yeah, no doubt there. And Ben, we'll see how Ben is operating with his new little one that they brought in. So congrats to them on that. That's exciting. But yeah, man, I think that's about all I got for today. Like you said, we got people lined up and we're going to be back to it.
Yeah. So I guess the one thing I was going to ask you is, I didn't get anything for Christmas along these lines, but what have you seen out there that seems to be the popular Christmas present for the waterfowler in your world? Have you noticed anything that stuck out to you this holiday season?
I don't know about other people, but I need a swamp seat, whether it's like a quack rack seat or something. Like, just get tired of standing. So I just need something to lean on. So if you have good ideas there too, let me know. But
I'll tell you what I again, anecdotal here. The thing that I seemed to notice the most about this year was, it seems like freaking dive bomb is taking over. Like everywhere I looked, like just everyone's buying dive bomb decoys, getting new decoys. They're putting out content. Like, dive bomb is on the map, Jack. They're pumping it out. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. A lot of guides I know obviously are running their gear, whatever. Not an affiliated, partner with us or anything like that. Just a general observation. It seems like they're doing really, really big things out there. So
I was reading that they're coming out with clothes here pretty soon, as far as.
Yeah, I see they're getting
apparel,
more bags and stuff. Like you can see incrementally they're working working their product line out a little more. So that's certainly a big one.
I think like outerwear coming.
Yeah,
they're talking about it. Also, Kyle Jones is expecting. So
yeah, saw that.
He's been on a few times. So congrats to him too.
Yep.
A lot of guys will be having kids out. I saw Tony Vandemore was shooting with his kid the other day, and I just like seeing people in the outdoor industry including their kids. And it's just neat.
Well, unrelated to that, just outdoor industry in general, 737 opened up their shop out in Oklahoma. So that was cool seeing them doing big things. Got the new call out. So they're selling tons of those. Lifetime. I've seen a bunch of their decoys coming across my social media. So some folks that we know in the industry that we love to see them do well are doing big things right now. So yeah, it seems like a good time, and looking forward to maybe getting some of those dudes back on and just catching up and seeing what's what, kind of seeing what's coming next, all the good stuff. That's the big challenge, right, in this game. It's like you come out with something, you hit a home run, and you got to figure out how to do it again. And that's the challenge.
Oh,
So
I mean, especially with Lifetime as the goose floaters. Ooh-wee. I'm excited to get my hands on some of them.
yeah,
So
same.
it's always been such a disadvantage to try and carry out or even put in a boat, like just how heavy goose floaters are. So
Especially if you get foam filled, it's brutal. I mean, they're super heavy.
you have foam filled?
I do. I have a couple.
That's a bad decision.
I bought like a handful of them. Actually, I got them on accident. I ordered regular and they showed up filled. So I was like, all right, well, I'll just try them out. And yeah, they're so heavy. Like it was nice having them in one particular spot that I hunted, because it was like a small spot that I needed just a handful of decoys to kind of just help sort of suck birds in a little bit further. And it was kind of near a road. So a lot of times, like, we ended up shooting birds that were on the water. They just had to land kind of, so, some of those decoys got pummeled a few times. So they kind of helped with that. But, yeah, I mean, they're just not practical to use. I mean, they're just not.
No.
They're big and they're heavy.
So heavy.
So yeah,
I mean, just
much run.
The non-foam filled ones are freaking heavy. I can only imagine.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did have talked to some guys that are killing some golden eyes and bluebills and getting after them up here. So we got a couple weeks left, and it's crazy to think that it's almost the new year already.
Yeah, time goes by so quick, it's crazy. So seems like the season opened, and it's kind of hitting the home stretch now. But I mean, this is the best time of the year, for a waterfowl hunter. I mean, just get the weather to cooperate and hopefully get to go out on a high note. So
we do finally have some cold weather coming too.
Dude, I mean, it was 66 degrees here on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
That's absurd. Just
I feel like I think everything's pushed back like a month and a half. Maybe 2 months.
Yeah, I mean, the fall's going longer and the spring is getting shorter, is what it feels like to me. Yeah. Like we get a snow. We usually get like a snow down here in March, and then it goes, and then it gets hot. Yeah. Seems like, but anyway.
I did have a propane leak. So usually I go through one. This is random. I had to have something random, right?
Yeah. Usually it's much earlier in the show.
So usually we go through maybe like one tank of propane a year, and I supplement with wood heat. It heats the house up to like 75. My wife loves it. Well, January, I tell her no heat before November, and she talked me into it. So just to make sure, like, I turned it on October 29th, maybe. And then I walk out there, and we keep it at like 67, 68. The house, like, not hot. I go out into November.
Your kids just roll around with merino layer on all year long.
They know their comfort level. And so I go out end of November, and I'm like at 5% in the tank. And I'm just trying to think of how. I was like, there's no way. Well, then, so I got a refill, and we got the kids a 4-wheeler for Christmas, and I was riding down the road yesterday on it because it's fun to play with. And I was like, I just smell a ton of propane right now. So I had a guy come out today. Definitely was leaking underground somewhere. And so they put a new line in, not in the ground, just above the ground until spring. And then he said he was going to talk to them and see if they could get me a free tank of propane, because I've essentially had 2 leak out. So 2 in 2 months, when usually I spend the whole winter on one tank.
And I mean, I don't purchase propane on a regular basis, but I imagine it's not cheap right now.
No, I mean to fill up, it's like over $900 to fill up.
Jeez.
Yeah, so usually one tank a winter, and I've been through 2 already. So hopefully they at least give me a discount or something.
Yeah, get the frequent buyer points or whatever.
Well, now I buy it too because we put the pole in and I heat the pole with the propane. But that was, we didn't use much. Maybe a half a tank, maybe a tank, 3/4 of a tank. Anyway, that's my random story for today.
Okay, well, that sucks. Hopefully get that squared away and start burning some wood, man. Shoot.
My house, I'm sweating right now. It's like 76 in here.
Yikes.
Because I'm burning wood.
Well, better than leaking gas.
That is true.
All right. Well, it was good to get back on the horn here with you. And we'll get some more episodes here pumped out in the real near future. So appreciate everybody for hanging with us, and hope you all had a happy holiday season. You're getting out in the field and taking this waterfowl season out with a bang. And that's it. You got anything else, Dan?
I think I'm good, man. I'll see you in a few.
All right. That's going to do it for this episode of the HP Outdoors Waterfowl Podcast. If you're new to the show, head over to iTunes, check out some of our past episodes, and while you're there, leave us a 5-star rating and review. It's the best way for like-minded hunters just like you to find our show. Check us out on social media. Check us out over at hpoutdoors.com and anywhere you can find quality podcast content. That's going to do it for this week. Till next time, for Dan, I'm Josh. Take care.